Then the next tool that we have is the anti-DDoS, which by now you understand, I think, pretty well. We discussed in one of the earlier lectures as well. Anti-DDoS means anti-distributed denial of service toolset or toolkit. You can either use your USG 6000 to implement anti-DDoS, but if you want a more elaborate, you can use the anti-DDoS 8000 series devices or 1600 series smaller devices. The basic architecture or the basic purpose, first of all, the basic purpose of any anti-DDoS device is to prevent and stop the distributed denial of service attacks that are being generated onto your servers or that are being generated into your network. These attacks could be targeting your network infrastructure, these could be targeting your server infrastructure, or these could be targeting your application infrastructure or the virtual machines, for example, or any specific web server or web service, for example. So anti-DDoS device is going to make sure that all these attacks are detected and then controlled using the anti-DDoS services within the firewall, USG, or on the dedicated anti-DDoS device. And the typical architecture of an anti-DDoS device is that whenever traffic is coming in, this traffic is detected by the testing or detecting engine. This could be either on the firewall and a software push part on the firewall, software engine on the firewall, or it could be a separate device. The testing or detecting device will detect that an attack is happening. It is going to inform the management center that an attack is happening. That management center is then going to instruct the cleaning device to clean the traffic and then re-inject the traffic into the network. So this way, your anti-DDoS device, or by the way, all these three could be on the same device in a smaller deployment, or these two could be separate devices. These cleaning and testing devices could be completely separate devices, and this management center could be on a virtual machine or on a dedicated separate device. So these three devices or these three components of an anti-DDoS device, anti-DDoS solution, they work together to provide anti-DDoS functionality in your infrastructure. So this is another tool that is available to us for protecting our infrastructure against network attacks or threats. Then comes antivirus. Antivirus is something which almost all of you are aware of. It's very old and traditional technology, which means that you need to have virus database updated, and you need to make sure that your virus signature database is updated and your network is protected from viruses, worms, and different types of Trojan. There are millions and millions of virus definitions that are there and are being updated on a daily or rather an hourly basis. And Huawei's database, as I said, contains millions of signatures which you need to keep updating so that the latest threats and the latest attacks can be countered, or the latest malware can be countered using the antivirus solution. Once again, the antivirus engine is embedded into the firewall. So if you're using the firewall, if you enable antivirus functionality for some of the content or for some of the users or some of the user groups, traffic from those users or traffic for or from those groups can be checked by the antivirus engine on your firewall. The next capability that you have in your security solution from Huawei, or to be specific, we can say that is available to us in USG, that we have the global context awareness. We also discussed this in one of the previous sessions. We call this actual. Actual stands for that you need to have the awareness, or your security infrastructure, security devices, or your next generation firewall, to be specific, needs to have application awareness, content awareness, time awareness, user, attack, and location awareness. What this means is that we need to know what application is generating the traffic, what type of content that application is generating, whether this content is valid, genuine content, or this is a malicious content that is being generated by this application, or this application is not supposed to generate this content. Why is this generating this content? This means that there's an issue, so we need to check, or we need to block this traffic. So we need to know about the applications as well as the content. Time is also very important. Certain type of traffic might be allowable at certain times or might not be allowable at certain other times. We need to know about the users as well, so that we can look at the user behavior patterns, and then if there is any anomaly or any change in that, we can detect and block that traffic or block that user. We need to understand the types of attacks, the different types of attacks that we discussed today, or there are so many other types of attacks. Our system, our next generation firewall must be aware and must know about all those attacks, so that whenever one of that attack vector is coming in, it should be able to detect and handle that attack. And then, of course, location also, that if our infrastructure is divided globally or regionally, we should know that which location is generating which type of traffic, and if there is any change in it, we should be able to understand and we should be able to detect and protect ourselves against that different type of traffic. I hope this is clear, but these are the awareness metrics which a next generation firewall has, which a traditional firewall did not have. Traditional firewall would not look at all these aspects. It would only focus on the contents of the packet, the source and destination address or the port numbers, for example, or certain layer 2 information, and it would implement the protection or the security based on those pieces of information. Whereas the next generation firewall looks at those pieces of information as well as all this new types of information also. So this is a more comprehensive solution. This is a more comprehensive protection that we are getting because of next generation firewalls. And the final tool that we have, once again we have discussed this briefly in another lecture, in an earlier lecture also, that is the sandboxing and the big data analytics solution which you get from Cisco's product called FireHunter. This is a recent product, and this is used for intelligent detection and protection of your infrastructure, especially against APT or advanced persistent threats. Advanced persistent threats are the threats or the attacks that are coming in not from an amateur user or an amateur hacker, but these are coming from professional hackers who have a lot of experience and whose objective is not merely to disturb the operation. Their purpose is to do serious harm to your infrastructure, either by stealing information or by destroying your infrastructure so that they can destroy your business. Or when it comes to governments, this means that either the state spy agencies or state intelligence agencies or private intelligence agencies are being used, or they are behind those attacks. Such kind of attacks are called advanced persistent threats. So advanced persistent threats are what need the most amount of intelligence and correlationing in order to be detected and to be repelled. So for that, the big data analytics of so many different types of logs that we have, so many different types of events that are occurring in our network, they need to be considered. And then we need to do sandboxing for unknown threats. For example, if there is a threat that we have no knowledge about, there is no signature matching for that type of traffic, but there is a possibility that it's an attack. So how do we make sure? What we'll do is that we'll run that application or we'll run that file or that code in a protected environment which we call a sandbox, and then based on what that application or what that code or that software is trying to do, we can then determine whether it's an attack traffic or it's an attack file or attack code, or it's a benevolent or it's a clean code. So sandboxing and big data analytics, which are provided by FireHunter, those are the new tools that we have in our arsenal. So this was all about the tools that are available with us. And now let's take a look at the final concept that is going to be discussed in this module. Okay, so the last topic in this module is the IAE detection engine, or the Intelligent Awareness Engine. Intelligent Awareness Engine is actually, as I said earlier, is the heart and soul of all the content security that we have discussed so far. All that we have discussed in protecting our applications, protecting our services, that is made possible because of the IAE engine that is running inside of the firewall. This IAE engine is responsible for providing all the security services in the next generation firewall. The basic services, those are provided by the traditional firewall. Those are being provided by the firewall itself, let's say. But all the services that are provided beyond the traditional firewall capabilities, those are provided by the IAE engine. So IAE engine is the one that is responsible for protecting your infrastructure from advanced threats and attacks.